Thank you so much for coming on, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you, because we haven't actually met each other properly.
No, we haven't yet, but thank you, Jess. Thank you for inviting me on. I'm really excited.
It's really good. But yeah, so we want to obviously learn a bit about you.
Yep.
If you want to introduce yourself, tell us about you and your business and everything, and then.
So my name's Charlotte, obviously. I am a certified online business manager and fractional COO, and I help CEOs, business owners, coaches in the health, fitness and wellness space. And what I do is I come in at the point where they've grown quite quickly in their business, but they've actually outgrown their back-end operations and everything's a bit chaotic. So I come in and sort out all of the behind-the-scenes mess as it is, put in the structure, the systems, the processes, get the team working in the right way so that they're actually set up to scale their business and achieve everything that they've, the big visions and stuff. So
I love
see it through.
Like my journey with Elevate, basically, we launched 5 years ago. Nearly 5 years ago, just as we were coming out of lockdown. And it was just little old me started as a virtual assistant.
Yeah, that's how I started last year. And I was like, no, there's ops that need doing.
Exactly. And it just evolves, doesn't it? And so I was doing that and very quickly realised I needed a team because I was at my capacity, and me having the brain that I have, which I'm sure you have, is like, this isn't it. Like, I'm not capping myself. Yeah. Let's get more people and we can help more people. And then, just evolved and came across the term online business manager. I was like, well, this is what we're doing. We're doing so much more than just admin and virtual assistant. Like, it literally is the whole back end. Yeah. And then through spending a year in the coaching program that I was in, we realised that actually I was doing too much for too many people. And it was like a light bulb moment. It was actually captured on online. It's on YouTube. And I got absolutely hounded. But and realised actually we'd then evolved again. And because I'd never done anything with like finance and stuff. I don't touch people's money, finance, any of that, because I know nothing. Like, that's not my cup of tea, and I would never take responsibility for other people's or tell them how to do it. Yeah. But like you say, it was the systems, the automation, the back end, everything, and making the machine work. Yeah. But then I realised that's not actually. Yes, I know about it. Yes, we set it up, like my team and everything. We do stuff like that. But it's eventually comes down to building the brand, and realised, so my pivot, I'd say probably 6 months ago now, is realising that actually everything we do is actually front end. Yeah. We do stuff like in the back end, but it's for the front end. Yeah. And it's building the brand. Yeah. So I changed from business development to brand development. Yeah. Just to change the wording because it didn't match what we were actually doing. What you're actually doing. But it's just interesting. I think it takes a while for you to find your place, and like where you start is not where you end up anyway, is it? It's like everything's always evolving. And I mean, my background is operations. I've always done it. I've worked with a lot of small businesses, and I've always had this thing where I want to learn as much as I can about the ins and outs of how a business runs. So very much how I'm wired with my brain. And then last year I was like, I'll go out on my own after working for different businesses, and we're kind of looking at my skill set. I was like, VA, I probably fall into that. But like within about 5 minutes, I was like, oh no, I need to do X, Y, Z, all the operational stuff, so that in order for me to then do my role as the VA. And then I was getting very frustrated because I'm doing all the doing stuff, but there was no one above actually helping me or supporting me. And then I'm just firefighting, which is what business owners are doing when they haven't got the systems, the processes, or the right team members, or the team aren't supported. Yeah. So I was like, right. So then I went and did my certification earlier this year. I think it's supposed to take about a year, and I just nailed that in 3 months. It's like, tick, done. Love that. So that I could, launch properly as an IBM. But again, it's the same. I've done COO roles. So this is kind of the hybrid between the companies. They obviously need the operational support, but they're not at a point where they need an in-house COO. They're not that big yet. So I'm kind of the bridging gap in between, and I love it. It's because you can see they've got all these brilliant ideas, but they just need someone to put it into. And they don't know what they don't know. Exactly. That's what I found is you look at someone, and that's why I love doing an audit. Like a lot of this is what I'm offering at the moment. A lot of the entry into Elevate is through an audit, because you can
you can go in, you can have a look, and you go, right, okay, I can see this is missing, this is missing, this is missing.
And it's always different from what they think it's going to be. They'll come in and be like, oh, it's this problem. I'm like, let's dive a bit deeper.
Let's rewind.
Let's just like ask a few more questions, and you'll very quickly see that it's X, Y, and Z over here, and that's what's causing the issue.
Absolutely.
So,
and they don't necessarily realise.
But you don't when you're in it every day, and it's the same. It's like, this is why I love stepping back. I've just done this for a couple of days, to step back and actually work on your business, rather than when you're caught up in the day to day, you can't see it. And it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It's just, that is the reality. So it's just having that support. All I want to do is help them get to where they want to go. And it's like I've been in positions before, like in previous businesses, and you're so caught up in it, you can't see wood for the trees as to, like, you know where you want to get to, but you just can't map out how you're going to get there. So that's what I do as well.
I think the fresh pair of eyes is just, in anything, is just so beneficial.
Well, you're always learning of people as well, aren't you? So bouncing ideas off people, and this is what I describe myself as like a wing woman for business owners. It's just like, I'll be there if you want to bounce stuff off, if you want to go through stuff, like, because it can be really lonely as well. I think when you go out, you think, oh yeah, I'm done with like working for other people, I'm going to work for myself, and then very quickly like, oh, hang on. I want someone to talk to now.
I think when you're the one helping so many people as well, it's like, but who have I got to help me?
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of pressure when you're the one that knows about these sort of things, but actually there's no harm in somebody coming and doing the same. Like, you might need an OBM for your business.
100%. I know exactly who I will like be employing, what have you, as soon as I get to certain points, because you need it. You can't expect to do everything and hold everything by yourself, because you eventually, even if I'm the most, and I'm not saying I am, the most organised person, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to need support in that area at some point too.
Absolutely.
Like, everyone needs it. It doesn't mean you're a failure or anything.
And do you find as well, like, personally, I am so much better at helping other people and working on other people's businesses.
Oh, yeah. Everyone is. It's always so much easier to give advice and actually like do it yourself, because and it's like, you're saying something, people like, it's like, oh, okay.
Like, if I didn't have my team, I would just be an absolute mess.
Yeah, but no, that's what it's. Yeah. So.
We need to hook up then.
No, definitely. I'm like interested now. So
yeah, we can dive deep into each other's and just give it a little bit of support, because you need that, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think that's the lovely thing about whether it's networking or joining a program where you've got fellow business owners and people with the same mind, because you can go and ask Dave down the street, or you can ask your mum, but they're not going to have the same.
They're not, and then you get frustrated with their feedback because it's not what, like, they're not in that same mindset or world or anything.
So
or they just go, "You're doing amazing." You're like, "That's not helpful." Yeah, it's like, that's lovely, but it's not helpful.
But I think as well, you have to have that mindset, as you want someone to give you the negative.
Yeah,
because
you need to. It's constructive criticism. There you go. Yeah. Like, that's literally what I live by. I'm like, that is what is going to push you forward.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no point in someone telling you that it's perfect.
Stroking your ego, it's like, great, that's not going to actually help me grow and evolve and get better. So,
absolutely. You need someone to just say, well, I know about this, let me help you build on that. And it's that support. 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this.
Yeah.
So you said you've like been in sort of the systems and everything.
Yeah.
Where did you start? Let's like rewind.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So if we go, what was your first job, for example?
I mean, from as young as it's going to sound awful, from as young as I can remember, back when I was probably about 14-ish, I used to work in my dad's warehouse, and I was literally working with all the products. He had 300 or something outlets across the UK in the sports retail sector. So I would be pricing all the clothing, just getting my hands dirty, basically, getting in. First proper job out of university, I went and worked for Danny Minogue when she had her fashion line.
Oh, wow.
And that was chaotic. So it was quite a small team, and it was the run up to Fashion Week when I was doing my internship there. So it was all hands on deck, and that was the first time I got to see the proper ins and outs of what works, what doesn't work, and all of that. So that was a really interesting experience. I learned a lot from that.
Yeah. So you're doing an internship. So did you like study fashion?
I studied fashion and business at university. Yeah. So I always knew I wanted to own my own business, just wasn't sure what. So it was never a plan to become an online business manager.
Yeah.
But it's kind of where I found myself, and it's everything that I've picked up across all of the jobs I've had.
Yeah.
Industries I've worked in. That's now what I'm bringing to the people I work with now, which is what I love, because it's like, I'm not just one thing. I've got a lot of different experiences.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that is the best way, because I think when you're at school, it's actually throughout like your whole life, everyone's like, oh, what are you going to do when you're older? And like through school, they'll tell you about different job roles. And it's like,
oh, you're supposed to pick one, and then you're supposed to go pick the course at university that will lead you into that role, and then tick you're done for life. And I was like, this isn't.
And it's almost as if different industries, fair enough, but there's like really same generic job roles that you're told about. Yeah. But there's so many job roles.
Yeah. This is why I love chatting to people at networking, because you're like, you hear about all this stuff and you're like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And then I'm like, oh, should I put that on my bucket list of things I want to try? What have you?
But like in a dance world, this is where I'm from originally. I grew up expecting to be a dancer because I danced. And it's like, I think you're led to think that you can be a dancer or you can be a teacher. But actually there is so many things. Like you could go and you could be a stage manager, you could be a costume wardrobe mistress person. There's so many different, and then even down to what I'm doing, because of my past, we've got a lot of dance schools and everything as our clientele. And we're not specifically for just dance schools, but naturally they're who come to me. And it's like, well, that's another job role. And it's just through having so much knowledge of that world that you can then,
because
you see what's missing, so you can fill the gaps. But you're not taught that at school.
No. Oh, there's nothing. I was going to say, like, life experience I care more about that. If I was ever employing people like teams in the past, it's always like, what skill set have they built outside of the education system? Because that, to me,
schools have got to change. I think they are making changes, but it's not real life.
No.
At school.
Well, it's quite a dated system.
It is. I'd love to go into schools, probably with like something you would like to do.
I do think about this, like going back into like, because my old school does do things like that, it invites people back. So maybe go back and just chat, just to open their eyes to like.
Because I've got something it's been in my head for years actually, and I'm actually thinking I might actually do this now, is actually going into dance schools and teaching them how to brand themselves and open their eyes as to how many jobs are available in that industry. Because there's no one doing anything like that.
But I think for like, it's in that industry, but everyone, like a lot of people don't really understand branding. They think it's just, I did a logo on Fiverr or what have you, and then stick that up. And now I'm going to grow a business because I'm just going to get loads of followers. And it's like, like, let me know how that goes for you. This is
everything that I'm trying to push on my messaging.
But this is why I want to help with like a lot of the health, wellness, I mean, more kind of fitness gyms and what have you. There seems to be this whole, all you need is like a strong social following. And it's like, there's so much more to building a business.
So you studied fashion.
Yeah, so studied fashion, worked for Danny Minogue, and then I did a buying and merchandising role. So that was for sports retail. So I did that for a year. Then I moved to Australia and I was a swimwear designer. That was, again, it was supposed to be just a little project that I was working on for them, and they loved the design. So they got taken global, which was amazing. So by the time I came back to the UK, all my designs were in stores. So
oh, wow.
I even saw someone at my local pool and I got caught taking pictures of her bum because I was like, I reckon this costume. I was like, that's a bit inappropriate looking back.
That is so cool.
But I was just like, it's real, because when you design, you're designing so many seasons ahead. And then I never got to see the products before I left because they weren't out. And then a year later, I was like, that's one of my ones kind of thing.
So cool.
So yeah, that was an awesome moment.
How did you find Australia?
Absolutely loved it.
How long were you there for?
I was only there for just over a year. But I definitely need to go back and travel, because obviously I was working the whole time.
The joy with your business now.
Yeah, exactly. I can work anywhere. So it's brilliant. So yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. It's on my top of my bucket list to go back over there. So I did that for a bit, and then I've done so many roles. I did a bit of. I think I was a reception manager at a gym for a bit. I went there just for a part-time role, and they're like, no, you can manage. I was like, okay.
I love that.
And then from there, I set up with my dad. We did a women's fitness retail shops. So again, I did all the branding for that, and kind of, helping with all the setup, the buying, etc. And then we opened up sports retail at some local leisure centres and shop on local high street. Again, even within that, I was doing a bit of absolutely everything. So everything from the buying, the merchandising, then the virtual merchandising in the stores, running this team. They used to laugh at me, all the girls, because I'd created what I call the Bible, which is SOPs for absolutely everything. Yeah. And for anyone that doesn't know what an SOP is, it's basically your standard operations procedures, and it is how to do something, a guide for dummies, essentially. Yeah. But
instruction manual.
Yeah. So, but it was a very big one, but it just had everything in there because I'm a detail person, and it's like everything's going to be there for reference point or what have you. So
but you need to as well. Like I've got a team, but I've had people leave and then new team members. And rather than me having to like hold their hand through every single thing, you just drop them the SOP.
Yeah. I mean, you drop that and then you do go through it. It's not like, oh, here you go, see you later.
Read the book, bye. But no, just to have that there
so
for
time.
reference when you're not with them. Yeah. And they can refer back to it. Like
But not only that, it's also ensuring brand consistency because if they're following. So we used to have like window displays, and we had to bring mannequins in and out of the stores that were around the leisure centre. So it's just making sure that they're putting it in the right place, or it's they know how to. Yeah, it's always going to be consistent. Yeah. It's not just going to be what they've. I mean, if they want to change it up, get creative, that's fine. But, just having some set standards so that, and even in the way that you greet people, it's just, I was very detailed with everything. So it's like, it's a whole brand experience of people coming into the stores. Yeah. You want them to feel a particular way. And it's like, well, how are we going to do that? Everyone needs to be be unique, but also have a level that they're starting from. Yeah. Makes sense.
If you think McDonald's, they're going to have SOPs on how to make a cheeseburger. Yeah. Because they need it done in a certain way. Yeah. And if someone decides to start mixing it up, somebody will go at their drive-through and be like, "What?
That is not what I asked for.
That's not what I got in the other town." Yeah. And it's like you have to consistency.
It is consistency, and it's so time saving. Like in the long run, I'm sure this is one of the biggest irritations of business owners is when they hire people because they think it's going to take work off their plate, but then they find they're just answering questions constantly, and they've almost created more work for themselves because they haven't got the processes documented, they haven't got the systems there, but no one wants to talk about it because it's boring operations. Yeah. But
the reason they don't do it is because they haven't got time to do it.
Yeah, exactly that as well. And it's
and I don't think they understand the importance as well. It's like if you have it all written down, you've got it all there. Take the time to actually do this.
That's the thing. It's like step back for a minute because it will then propel you forward so much more in your business because it's a short pain for a long term gain.
Exactly that. As are many things. Yes. So yes, let's.
So did retail for a bit. I'm trying to remember, because I've done so many different things. Then I worked in social. Oh, so I did a bit of PR and marketing as well at the same time. Then I went and worked for a marketing agency and built a team up there for social media. And I also worked at local council, working for their PR and marketing department. Then my dad actually called me back to one of his businesses because he needed some help with operations. So that was good. I'm
sitting here looking at you thinking, you're so young. How have you fitted all this in?
I used to get really hung up on this though, because I feel like judged by people, but I think it comes from the whole schooling. It's like you have a career, you're supposed to settle in a job. And I think looking at corporate people, maybe I don't know, but I've always felt embarrassed that I moved around, did so many different things. Actually, that's my superpower because I've got all these different experiences and I've picked, and I can then bring that to the people that I'm working with. Yeah. Because... You've got all that. I've got it all there. It's just like, hang on, from that business I picked up that, and from that one I picked up that. So,
I'm the same to a certain extent. I don't think quite as much as you, but it is like you did feel that pressure to find the thing and do that forever. Yeah. And it's like, even I think probably the most change is within Elevate in 5 years, the amount that's changed, evolved. I'm like, no, I meant to have just stuck by the one thing.
Oh no, I'm already I'm thinking of something I want to launch in January, and I'm like, should I, shouldn't I? And it's because I think the more you speak to people and you hear their pain points, though, you then realise, oh, well, actually, I could help with that. That's something people need support with. So
I have that problem.
Adapting,
and I was told by a coach that
but you've got to, I'm going to say this back to you, focus on one thing at a time. Once that this thing, I'm like, and I'm sat here being like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and it's like, no, but I know that I need to do, just focus on one thing, get that running the best it can, and then
and you can't help everyone with everything.
No, you can't either.
So,
naturally, as much as I want to,
naturally I'm like, I'll do it, I'll help you.
Yeah, that's like the heart of it. It's like just people pleasing. It's like, but no, it's I mean, that's why I want to help the people that I'm helping, though. So help as many as possible.
Absolutely. So you've definitely, every role you've had, you've ended up being sort of in a leadership role.
Essentially, and then I did start a baking business as well. I had that on as a little side hustle for a bit, as you do.
Cool.
So I missed the craze on lockdown with that one. I definitely missed a beat there because everyone did really well setting up in lockdown. And I was like, no, let's wait for after lockdown.
And all the cakes being posted around. I remember that.
So, but no, I did that. I was really enjoying that. But that, again, I was trying to hold everything. And this is where I was like, I know the pain of trying to hold everything yourself and do everything. And it is not sustainable. So and then I basically decided last year I'll go out and do some VA work because I'd worked with a client, and it's probably like my favourite project that I've done because I went in there and they'd been literally, so it was a print and embroidery business, and they were writing all the orders in a notebook. They had one Excel sheet to track all customer orders, which often got overridden. You can imagine the chaos. You can imagine that the production team didn't quite know what was going on. Customers weren't always getting their orders on time or what have you. And I think it took the one and only 1-star rating to appear on Google. And they were like, right, we need some help. So went in there, amazing project to work on, and overhauled the whole thing. I was like, right, we're going to put CRM software in, but it also linked in. It was a whole production system specifically for that industry. Built the whole thing out, built them a new website, 30 affiliate sites for all the clubs and teams that they partner with and provide kit for. Then I did all the SAP buy. I basically built the business, packaged it up and gave it back. I was like, anyone can run this now. But we also restructured who was working where in the business as well, just to make sure we were utilising people's skills in the right areas and getting maximum productivity for that. So that was amazing. And that doubled their turnover in a year doing that.
How long have they been running for?
So they've been going since lockdown. So they've been going about 3 years.
Because usually you go into a business like that and it's because they'd started from like great grandpa had passed it down to them or something.
No.
And nothing's evolved.
No, I mean, they'd done really well. And then we're like, right, let's push it to the next level now. But you can't.
So it's literally.
This is what you always find with businesses. It's like they can grow very quickly winging it, or, I mean, and you have to do everything yourself, and things get busy and you get very caught up in it. But there does become a point where it's like, it will feel really heavy. It will be keeping you up at night. You'll feel like you've been working all night doing everything, and it's not sustainable. And if you actually want to scale and grow something that's sustainable, you're going to have to sort out that messy back end bit, which is what I do. And I love doing it. So everyone that avoids that, I'm like, just send it my way.
Absolutely. And I think you don't know the difference it makes until you see it and you're like,
oh God, they always like, I can breathe again.
Yeah.
Everyone that I work with, it's like, I can breathe again now. Because it's just,
I get that even when I jump on a discovery call with someone and they come up and their shoulders up, they're all stressed and flustered, and literally just by telling them
you always like see them sink, and you're like, I can hold your hand, I can help with this, and you haven't got to do it alone anymore.
I love that. So, it's so satisfying, isn't it?
No, it's really good.
So your dad, he's obviously entrepreneurial.
That's definitely where I've got it from. I always looked at him. I don't think he's ever worked for anyone in his life. He set up his first business when he was like 17, I think.
Wow.
So that's always kind of been, I think when I was at school, I just want to run a business because that's what my dad does, kind of thing. So
my family's been the same. Like my mum's had her own business. Well, she still has her own business. She's run her dance school for over 35 years.
That's amazing.
That's where like the dance background comes from. My dad used to have a business that he actually got from my granddad. It was my granddad's own business, making parts for Formula One cars. Then my dad took that on. My great granddad owned a bakery. And yeah, it's just that.
It's the mind, isn't it? It's in the blood, what have you.
Absolutely. And the examples they set, I think.
Yeah.
But a lot of what
It's work ethic, I think, as well.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. A lot of what
in me from a young
I do and where it comes from for me is seeing the struggles my mum has had, in particular, because I don't know, I was very involved in the business. I still am. And just seeing sort of the stresses and the worries and the negative side of it. I'm like, I know how to take this away.
Yeah.
Or to help it at least. I mean, you're always going to have worries of some kind, but just to ease that. And because I've seen it from such a personal point of view, I think that's what spurred me on to go into this.
Yeah.
But
no, I can understand. Yeah, it is. I mean, but businesses, it is up and down. It is not anyone that thinks going and starting a business, running a business is smooth sailing. It's not, but it's knowing that if it goes up, it's going to go down. If it goes down, it will go up again. But it's learning to ride that out, and it does smooth out and eventually, but there's always going to be good parts, bad parts, but it's all part of it, and it's how you embrace it.
It's all learning.
What you take from the experience, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what excites me about it. And yeah, it's a funny one though. I always said, because I grew up in a very sporty family, and I was never that sporty. Like, I struggled to find my sport compared to everyone else in the family. So I always felt a bit like the black sheep, because I was like, I like drawing, I like painting, I like all the creative stuff.
Yeah.
So I was always like, I'm never going to work with anything to do with sports. And I'm like, I look back now at everything I've done and who I'm now wanting to help. And I'm like, right.
Yeah. But that's what I love it now. About the different job roles within different industries.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you might not be an Olympic runner, but you're still in fitness, just in your own way.
I mean, I like nowadays I do train 3-4 times a week. I absolutely love it.
You might be an Olympic runner then, for all I know.
No, gym, weightlifting only, but I was like, put me on cardio, I'm like, no.
No, yes.
I will get there, I'll get round to it at some point, but it's like, give me the weights, but no.
So take me back to your childhood then. How did you grow up?
So, grew up, I mean, I'd say a pretty privileged upbringing, went to a really nice school, got 2 younger brothers, but there was a lot of sport going on all the time. I actually was quite ill for a bit growing up. I suffered from an eating disorder. So that is something that has definitely had a massive influence on me. And it has been it's been a long time coming out of that. And it crept back in again during lockdown. So that was another stage of recovery. Right. But it's definitely shaped who I am today. I mean...
Do you think being surrounded by people in fitness had some sort of impact on that?
I actually don't think it was the fitness. I think it was just growing up in the 90s with all of that, basically anorexic models in front of you, left, right and centre. Like, you look at the programmes that were used to be on TV and the sizes of the models and the comments that used to be made about women's bodies. Yeah. So, and I think I just very quickly associated, if you want to be liked and loved, you've got to be skinny. And I don't know how that then developed into such a...
What was your physique like naturally before?
I mean, always, this is the thing, I was never overweight. I was always slim, always healthy. But I used to swim quite a bit and then I stopped swimming. And I think it was just like random comments that used to get made, and then you pick up on them and you're like, oh, okay, that must be true. And then that just builds and builds and builds. And
the way you see yourself.
Yeah.
Is it dysmorphia or something? When you look in the mirror,
I think, the bit of body dysmorphia. Yeah. I mean, I say it, but I think everyone that has anorexia has that to some extent or what have you. But it got to a point where for me, that ED was like control for me, and I didn't want to let go of that for such a long time, because I couldn't control the love I got or how I felt or how I interpreted people, like the love from caregivers or what have you. It's like that it was my thing that I could control and hold on to. I don't know if that's the right way to explain it, but it was very hard to let go of that. But it got to the point where I was incredibly ill and I just wanted to give up. I was in such a dark place. I was done.
How old were you?
21. So I'd managed to get through. I mean, it shocks me that I got through my schooling.
When did it start?
And I'd say around age of 12, maybe.
Wow, that's a long time to live with that.
Nearly a decade. And I was actually hospitalised, and they said, you've probably got about a month to live if you don't stay in the hospital. And that was a shocking, I mean, even now I can feel my I don't think I realised how bad I was.
Yeah.
I had this weird thing. I just wanted to feel empty, and that was, if I could control that, then that was okay. And yeah,
So saying that you felt like you wanted to feel empty, were you full of something that you needed to get out?
I don't know what it was though. I just had this association that I needed to be as skinny, empty as possible, and then I'd be lovable. I'm like, that makes absolutely no sense.
Empty from like food and fat,
but it was
and
yeah,
not
but
emotion.
I don't know whether that was part of it as well. But I don't know. I was just in such a lonely, isolated space, and I honestly was like,
Did you talk to anybody? Were your parents there for?
No.
Did they know about it or become aware of it at any point?
I mean, it was pretty hard to not be aware that something was wrong, given one glance at me. I was severely underweight. But the comments would be, you just need to eat a bit more.
Right, yeah.
But it gets to that point where you're not actually in control. You can't eat. Yeah. And I don't blame them. Like, you're not taught about these things. You're not given some parent manual.
Especially that
in
those day and age as well. Like,
also, it wasn't something that was talked about.
Yeah.
But then that has also, I think, had this big shame thing that's become part of me. And I mean, that's been a huge journey, and I'm still working on that today, because it is embarrassing. And it's like having an ED like that, it ruins or takes so much away from your life. Like, you can't just go out and eat and have like a meal with friends. You can't go out on dates. You can't, like, there's so much that it takes away from you, but you think it's giving you something. And it got to the point where I was like, no, there's nothing left now, because it's just me avoiding social situations, avoiding anything that involved food. And it's anxiety all the time, because you're thinking about, what am I going to have to do next to avoid this? And you become really secretive around the whole thing. It's just a nasty illness. And so, yeah, I was hospitalized at the age 21. And
how did that lead up to that? Had you collapsed? What was the sign? What got you into
I was broken, and I just remember being in tears, begging my parents one evening, just being like, I'm done. I really need help. And I think they sent me to, or found like a therapist or a counsellor or someone to begin with. I was so far gone. She was like, no, she'd like, love to help, but
you need hospital.
Yeah. So went in, worked with an incredible team in the hospital. And actually, for fast forward a year, I was then in Australia designing swimwear. So that was a massive turnaround, but I couldn't have done it without all of that support. Yeah,
but isn't it sad you have to get to rock bottom to actually get that?
That's the thing. And I was very, very fortunate that I had the private healthcare to do that, because I know, having then had the ED again in lockdown, it's very difficult to get support when you haven't got that, because they literally told me, you're not underweight enough for support at the moment.
Oh my goodness.
Which almost encourages you to then drop more just to get support.
Oh, that's awful. That's shocking.
But actually, that is where I then found the whole gym and weight training, and that is what helped me the second time around. It wasn't going through and doing therapy. It was actually working with a PT to do weight restoration through weight training.
And was that all your instigation? Like, you instigated, you knew that you needed help?
Yeah, I knew I needed help. I was waiting on wait lists with the NHS or what have you, and I'd done a boot camp that my stepmom had done with me, I think a few months prior, and met one of the PTs there. And then I just was like, I'm just going to reach out to him, ask him what he thinks about, could he help me, kind of thing. And he did some research, some studies coming out of universities in America that had actually proven that weightlifting can help recovery for people suffering from anorexia. So we worked together on that. He did later tell me he was absolutely cacking it, and that he'd never ever worked with anyone. It's always weight loss normally. But I was like, the principles are the same, and they were. So, and it was like, let's focus on what you want to be able to lift. And then you'll know you've got to fuel your body to get to those lifts.
And it's accountability.
It's small steps, everyday accountability. And that translates over into business as well. And that works for me, because it's just like, right, I did this today. What am I going to build on? What can I do better tomorrow? Each day, take it day by day. And it's a long journey, and it wasn't smooth sailing. It's like, I'll put on weight and you drop a bit. And I think I've only just got to my target weight a couple of months ago. So that's taken 5 years, but it's part of my life now, weight training. Like, I won't stop doing that, because I know that that's what helps me. And I kind of want more people to know about that as well, because I think I was lost and stuck for so long, and you just get into this cycle of just using the food and thinking everything revolves around that. And it's like, no, if you actually just go move your body, because it helps with your mind as well, the mindset stuff, like everything. Like, I'm really into I do all sorts of things. I'm doing a somatics course at the moment. I obviously have coaches. I have done hypnotherapy. I've done NLP. I have a therapist. Like, I'm so open to anything that can help improve your mind, because it controls everything.
It does.
So, and you're not taught about this stuff at school.
No.
And I just wish there had been all of this stuff available to me when I was younger, because it would have made such a difference. Which is why now I've chosen to work with the people that I work with, because they are the ones directly helping people like me that I wish I'd had. So I'm like, how can I pay back?
I love that.
In that way. So
that makes loads of sense.
Yeah. I was like, when I first started trying to explain that to people, they were just like, I don't get who you actually want to help. I'm like, people like me. I was like, but I'm not going to directly help them, because I'm not trained in that, but I will support the people so they can help more people.
Absolutely.
So it's a win-win-win. That's the way I look at it. So,
that cycle.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
that's really powerful.
Yeah. But no, it's been, a long journey, and there's been a few other things along the way, but everything shapes you.
Yeah.
So, and I think my biggest thing is, I'd say my biggest quality is resilience. It's like, you can throw whatever you want at me and I will find a way out, and I will never ever give up. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm solutions focused, basically, and again translates over into business. It's why I love what I'm doing, because it's like people come to me with all their problems. It's like, right, no, let's find how we can get out of that. So
and I suppose, again, you may not necessarily be as resilient and resourceful if you hadn't have hit that rock bottom. To get yourself out, and because now you can get yourself out of any situation. Well,
maybe.
But if you've managed to go to such a place, and not give up, and still be here, then like, throw it at me.
And it's like, whenever I'm having a bad day, I'm like, but we're not here. We're not back in those days, because there was days, weeks at a time where I just wouldn't even get out of bed, because I had depression as well. I had anxiety. I was having panic attacks at multiple points. I
know what that's like without the eating disorder, and that's hard enough on its own.
Try that, and then the fact that you've got no energy because you've actually malnourished. I can't even say the word, malnourished. But
it's like, it's a cycle as well. Like with depression and stuff, you don't want to get up and don't want to do anything, but then that makes you feel worse.
You've got to take the action. You've got to do.
And then it's the reaching out to someone for help, which you found the strength to be able to do that speaks volumes, because you knew it was either
that or
give up and die,
literally game over,
reach out to someone. But if like you say, it can be. I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, or you're angry at yourself, probably. Like, I'm thinking from how I would have felt from times where I felt depressed, and anxiety is generally the thing that crops up in my life. But I don't know if embarrassment or ashamed or anything like that is the right word, but
I mean, I think there's an element of like, do you mean as in like shame that it's like it's got to this point, it got this bad?
Or just having, I think I always, whenever I've been depressed, I mean, I've, like you said earlier, I've lived a very privileged upbringing.
Oh yes, as in like everyone's like, what have you got to be sad about? Well, it's because they think sad and depressed are the same thing. I mean, the amount of people like, just smile, just be positive. And it's like, you don't actually appreciate how hard it is for that person. Like, I have been that person where I used to cry walking to work every day. And then I'd sit there and hold, like, I'd have this water bottle. So every time I could like feel myself going, I was like, drink a sip of water. That was like my thing. And then the minute I got out the door, it would just be like floods of tears walking home. And that's, again, and that's also been in roles when I felt with pressure and anxiety working where I've been in businesses as well, where they haven't had the systems, everything's been dumped to me and you just feel crippled by it all. And yeah, I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of, though. It's like, I think you've just got to take a step back and actually, in certain roles, I think I posted about this the other week, we actually looked at everything that I was supposed to be holding and it was impossible for one person.
Yeah.
And this is what it's like with business owners. It's like they think because they're the owner, they've got to do everything and carry everything. It's like, but you don't, because it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So.
And as a parent as well, I can relate to that as a parent. Like you feel like you're the one that's got to run the kids everywhere, keep the house tidy, cook dinner.
And add on that, like from having, I think anyone that has an ED as well, there's always an element of like perfectionism.
Oh my God.
And then, so it's just another layer of pressure that you're trying to put on yourself. And it's, it's crippling.
I think unfortunately that is a natural trait that comes with an entrepreneurial brain.
Yeah.
I think you just naturally, you put so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
To do it all, to do it in the way that it should be done.
Yeah. So it's quite hard, isn't it, to let go, and because no one's going to do it exactly the same as you, but there are things you can do, again, to go back to like your processes, your SOPs and stuff, so that things are done in a way that you would like them to be done.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what's good. It's like getting input from different people, because also you've got to remember, not everyone thinks like you. Not everyone is going to respond to things the same way about you. So if you've got people on your team that are different personalities, what have you, from you, that's bringing something, and that then you can reach even more people.
Absolutely.
So it's another way to look at that.
Yeah, because I think we forget that actually we don't know everything.
Yeah.
And like
anyone who says they know everything, I'm like, get out.
Yeah.
So,
and I think
you probably know the least.
Absolutely, because that's one thing I've learned from bringing the team in that I think I always thought, I can only hire someone that I know. So if I got someone to do something, I would have to know it all
first. No,
I'd have to know first. Yeah, I'd have to know how to do it and what to do, so that then I can teach them how to do it or whatever.
No, but you're employing them for their skill set. They're going to teach you and bring what can they bring to enhance. I don't need to know the ins and outs, as long as it meets the standard that I want it to. Yeah, exactly.
And that I know that it's going to be good for the client and reaches my standard, I suppose, is the word. Then how you get there, do it your way. Read the SOP. We'll do depending on what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Micromanaging. Don't like micromanaging.
No.
Yeah, if you guideline SOP and then...
Yeah, I think I was discussing this, like management styles, because you can get people who are very not shouty, but like, look at me, this is a way, that just always like dictating, what have you. And I'm very much a leader from the back. Yeah. Like every team that I've ever built and worked with, I've always kind of seen myself almost on the same levelish, because it's like, I think you get more out of people when they feel really comfortable with you, rather than you going in there and thinking, I'm above you, what have you. I mean, obviously you've got to have the leadership, but it's the encouragement as well.
And I think it's your wording and how you make them feel. Like I always say, whether it's my team or my clients, I never say to my team that they work for me.
No,
they work with me. And any client or potential client that comes to me and expects me to work for them.
No, I'm working with you.
No, I work with you.
Yeah, collaboration.
But that it goes to like, that wording will tell me that is not the client for me, and I'll be like, oh no, sorry, like I can't work with you, and make up some excuse. But
it's like when people say, it's like, who do you work with? And I don't know if I swear, but I'm just like, a no dickhead policy. I'm just like, that's the only thing. I'm like, no dickheads.
Absolutely.
But
I live that rule in life.
yeah.
If someone acts that way, like, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm too chilled. Like, I am just...
But the thing is, life is short, and it's just like, you don't want to be surrounding yourself with people who aren't, you know,
high maintenance people, and just, they just drain me, and I do not have the mental capacity for people that for dickheads, like you
I mean, I've learned this probably more so recently with kind of new environments that I've been putting myself in, because it's like, if you want to level up, you've got to look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with. And for a long time, a lot of people were telling me that I was the problem, and that I'm the negative one, I'm this one. And it's like, well, actually, that's not what everyone else is saying. I've got a couple of people and it's like, if I remove myself from those people, it's very different, kind of. So it's, I found a lot of people like to deflect their behaviour, and unfortunately I've absorbed a lot of that over the years. But
that's not
no more.
No,
not having any of that anymore.
So if we rewind to sort of your mindset as a teenager, so you sort of start seeing yourself in this way, and obviously, I mean, although I haven't had sort of eating disorders in my life, I've been around a lot of it in the dance industry. And I think sort of fashion, fitness, I think it is quite a common occurrence, isn't it? And I don't say that like in any disrespect at all, but I've seen it a lot growing up. And
it's weird because it starts as, I just want to look skinny. I just want to look a certain way so that I fit in. I was at an all-girls school. It was quite a cliquey, bitchy environment at the time. So I think it kind of started on like the top level of it's all about the looks or what have you. But once definitely looking back now and the work I'm doing with therapists and stuff, but as the years gone, looking back, you obviously see how did you get into that weight, like in the first place? Like, where did it come from? And it is this underlying, and they've become very strong, like self-beliefs that I'm unlovable or I'm not good enough. And the perfectionism obviously like drives that as well. And then when things happen in your life, it's almost like they're giving evidence to these beliefs. So then it just stacks on top of that, and it just gets kind of more and more and more. And
I think what I'm curious about is the unlovable. How did you, at a young age as well, feel unlovable? Was that from parents?
This is the thing. It's like, because I'm not saying, like, I'm never going to say a bad word about my parents, but, you know, they've done the best that they're equipped to do.
Yeah.
But I just didn't, I think probably related to the fact that I wasn't sporty. I wasn't playing a sport. So all the attention went on my brothers. It was always about what sport. All of the dinner time conversations, they were all about sport. And I just felt like I had nothing to say. I didn't fit in, felt like the black sheep. So then it was like, right, go off into like your little fashion and headspace. And obviously all I'm absorbing is skinny women everywhere, what have you. And it's
I think your wording there, your little fashion.
Yeah, I know. I still do it now. I play it down because it felt like,
that was lower than what.
And again, at school, things that stick out for me, and it's like, because it's things that I've attached to give evidence, I suppose. It's, you know, they were very much, if you're going to Oxbridge when it came to uni applications, you got special attention. Then if you were going to do medicine, you got attention. Then if you're all the rest of the unis, and then art and people wanting to do that stuff, you were just left. And I remember begging, like, can I have some help and support with my application? I'm still trying to go to university here. And I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to go to the uni I did, because I want to do the business bit with it to prove myself, to be like, it's not just drawing and painting as people would kind of try to get off to be.
I think that's really common in any creative industry. Like, again, from a dancer's point of view, as a dance teacher, I would often hear, oh, what's your real job? Yeah. And they would think that being a dance teacher was like the side hustle or the hobby. Yeah. And it's like, sorry.
No, that is the job.
But it is. I think creative industries are dismissed. You have to be suited and booted to... I think it's less now. Like, I think it was a heavy thing back in the day. But you have to have smart suits, briefcases, like all the like business person. But I think that's one thing I love about the business industry now, or at least the people I surround myself with,
Yeah.
is that they're not like that.
No.
They are so normal. They swear they
Yeah.
have life problems.
Exactly. This is my
they
favorite
sit there
part.
in colourful Christmas
I know, I
socks
absolutely love it. But this is my favorite part, is working with business owners. And I think it's why I love what you're doing with the podcast, because it's, why are people doing the businesses they're doing?
Yeah.
How they've got to them, because everyone's got a story behind, why they've got to where they are now. And it's all of those life experiences that have led them to where they want to be. Like I've worked with some amazing kind of therapists, hypnotherapists, what have you, and they've all had their traumas as well. And yeah, that's just, it shapes you. It's everything. And it's like, it's taken me a long time to look at the experiences that I've gone through, because I think I blame myself for a while. And I think, it's like I've been through things, and I've let people tell me for a long time how I should think, how I should or shouldn't react. And it's made me realize how much kind of I've been holding back and playing small and holding down all of this stuff that actually it's not mine to carry.
Dampening the real version of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I went for Reiki last week, and this woman, she described it. She was like, you've got such a bright light inside you, but people have been putting these shades on you for years and years and years.
Gosh.
And it kind of brought up all these things that I'd forgotten about. And not to be like, oh, poor me, pity me, or what have you, but you go through these experiences, and it's from people that you think you can trust. And that betrayal, I've had, when I was 18, obviously I was really ill with my ED at the time, but I also went through an experience where someone I trusted tried to rape me and sexually assaulted me one night. And I remember telling people about that, and they told me to keep shut, not say anything.
Gosh.
And it's like, that's basically telling you that it was okay to be treated like that.
Yeah.
And you're not heard or validated. And then that you develop stuff from that in your mind. And then that is it then comes out later on in life. Like a few years later, I found myself in a horrendously abusive relationship. Again, because I played small and I keep my voice down, because I've been told, the shame of having an eating disorder, we don't talk about that. When I was in hospital, my parents were telling people that I was on holiday, because to cover up where I was, because it was, shove it under the carpet, everything, that mentality. So you find yourself, in these repetitive, because it's what's normal to you, and then being cheated on or what have you. And it's like, oh, well, it must be my problem. It must be something wrong with me. I must deserve that. And you make everything internal every single time. And more stuff happens like that. And it's taken me years to actually step back and be like, well, actually, no.
Yeah. And
I'm not the bad person here. I
think this is like the damage from, historically, for as long as you're not meant to talk about certain things.
Yeah.
And I think that is why it's so powerful these days, and so important as a mother and for my children to know, and teenagers that I used to teach when I was a teacher, that you talk, and talking is therapy, but it's not only how it can help you, but how it can help other people.
That's the thing. It's
talking about these things,
normalizing it, not so that it creates this, oh, me too kind of.
It's so that it's not a big thing. If you don't talk about it, it makes it a bigger problem.
Bad things happen, but you shouldn't then have to carry that on your own and have to live with that.
And feel shamed.
And feel shamed about it. It's okay to talk about it. And anyone who meets me now, I will be quite open with them about what I've gone through, because it's part of me and it shaped me. And I am the person I am today because of those experiences. As horrific as they were, they have taught me so much. And, there's, to anyone out there that thinks they can't talk about it, you can. It's not
And that's the hardest thing, I think, is starting that, is knowing who to, how to, and without fearing judgment of, oh my God, they're going to think I'm attention seeking or I'm making it all about me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where open conversation helps, because it's not such a big deal to take that first step and reach out to someone.
Yeah.
And because the more suicide rates and everything, because these things are just internalized and they feel that they've got no one to talk to, no one that can help them get out of it. Whereas I would like to think, and I know it's probably never going to happen, but I would like to think if anyone, even if I didn't know them, if someone had any kind of problem and they felt literally in that situation where they do not know what to do, because I felt it, they don't know what to do, they don't know who to talk to, they don't know how to get out of it, they're stuck, they might as well just end it because there's no way out. If they knew that they could literally just drop me a message and say,
I'm exactly the same.
Jess,
I've had that with
help.
a friend.
I'll be like okay, well, what's the problem? Talk to me, tell me this. And you literally just have to send that one message to that one person. And it doesn't need to be a long message. It doesn't need to be a cry for help as such. It just needs to be a certain word or sentence that opens that conversation for you to feel safe enough to get it out.
It's hard though, because I think, and I definitely did this, I got to a point where you isolate yourself so much when you're in that mindset, and then you feel like because of that, you've pushed everyone away. So then, or you feel like, I definitely at a point felt like everyone was sick of me. Everyone was fed up of me being the ill one. Everyone was fed up of me being the depressed one. No one wants to be around that. And that wasn't true. It was just certain people that I was taking that influence from that were telling me, the ones that were telling me just smile when you're suffering from depression. No, they're not the right ones to reach out to. But there were other people that were like, why didn't you just message me at the time? Because I didn't initially.
And it's those ones that don't understand as well. Because it's like I said, I went through like depression and stuff to the point that I was stood on a balcony about to throw myself off it. And like my parents don't know about this, so they'll watch this and surprise. But it was because I didn't, and again, I was in that situation where my life was fine. Like there was nothing for me to be
But it's not about that. Like it's not about whether you are entitled to feel that way. You do feel like that's the fact is you feel that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you've got or haven't got. Everyone is entitled to their own feelings and what they're experiencing. Like, and I've been in past relationship where someone's told me that I shouldn't be so self-pitying about feelings about the way I did about myself and about my situations because I had a nice flat, I had a nice upbringing or what have you. And it's like, I'm not disregarding that. I'm not ungrateful for any of that. Like I know I'm privileged. I'm really, appreciate everything I've got in my life, but I'm feeling this way and I just need some love and support.
Yeah. And it's often stuff that's happened in your past and psychological things that you don't necessarily know consciously.
Oh no, it's all this built up subconscious.
Yeah, exactly,
I mean, the more you explore it and the more you work with people, you start unraveling bits and it's like, oh, I can see how this has come from that. And I mean, I'm still doing it today. Like it's still a journey and I think it always will be because, life happens. Stuff's always going to build up, but it's how you deal with it.
It is.
And then recognizing the patterns.
The older you get, you see so many things in a different perspective as well.
Yeah.
It is getting older is really interesting.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
But yeah, it's the people that are around you that are feeding you this, but it comes from their lack of understanding in that me and my mum are so close.
Yeah.
But back when I was struggling and I really, really needed her, I didn't know how to reach out to her because she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
She's never necessarily felt depression.
Yeah.
So she would be the one that would be like, but you've got nothing to feel sad about. What?
Yeah.
Like, sort
I've had exactly the same. And it's not saying they're rubbish or I don't know what the word is, but
and it's not their fault. It's just
exactly.
their lack of understanding of the situation.
They don't know anything different. So why would you expect them to? Yeah.
And one thing, I keep waffling on about it, but me and my other half, we've been together 15 years. And within this year, literally only within the last year, have I felt that I can go on this deeper level of connection and told him things that I've never told anyone. And it's like, how have I only just reached that level with him?
Yeah.
When, with anyone, like I've told him things I've never told a single person, because I thought, they're things you keep to yourself. You don't have to tell everyone. They're only going to like go, oh.
Yeah.
And it's just through not having, again, that's where I don't want to say negative about my parents at all, because they are understanding. They are lovely. They are so supportive. But they're just different. And maybe it's a generational thing.
I think some of it is definitely generational.
Yeah, the way they've been brought up. So they have a certain level of understanding.
If you look back, I'm guessing probably similar to like my parents, it's like the children are seen but they're not heard, and then you don't talk about certain things. And
yes,
I mean, there's this ongoing joke in our family, like everyone shoves everything under the carpet. I'm like, they literally do.
Yeah, I think this
and
is
then it's like the
really
moment you speak out, or if I ask about certain other family members, you're told to keep quiet, and it's like it's coming from a place of care, like but I'm a talker, like I am so open about everything now because I know what it's like,
you know, the difference
to bottle up. I know how detrimental that is and how much pain it causes. And now I'm just going to talk. It's like, I'm sorry if you don't want to hear it, don't listen to me then. But, you know, it's like, it's helped me so much to just be open and be authentically you and know that that's good enough. And not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone, you know, has to.
No.
But I'm enough, like, and I'm gonna do me.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Well, I've absolutely loved this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being so open as well and
Thank you
vulnerable.
for having me.
That's okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks.